In 1976, three German musicians came together to produce one of the most lavish, fullest sounds yet unveiled on the continent. I am talking about Schick, Furs and Frohling, colloquially known as SFF, and from their debut album Symphonic Pictures, the opener Tau. Okay, first we have the grand drumming and the kind of frosty sustain of the synth strings and that soaring guitar. Grand entrance. Yeah, open cadences, like kind of like searing guitar, and just stop start of that like mellotron. Yeah, a melody that takes quite a while to resolve. It's really elongated. The lineup: Heinz Frohling, bass and mellotron; Edward Schick, drums, percussion, and Moog synthesizer. Pretty sure not at the same time. Gerhard Furs, grand piano, Moog and string ensemble synthesizer, clavinet, mellotron, and bass set. Yeah. And I'm basically hearing three. I believe I'm hearing three instruments going on. I think I may be hearing like bass pedals, keyboard, like either mellotron or Moog string on no, it's I guess Moog string ensemble. Yeah, and yeah, guitar and drums. A lot of stop start between the keyboard and the guitar here. Some meters there are kind of being thrown off a bit. Piano, kind of classical interlude here with a bit of modulation on a melody. Oh, and some xylophone. Yeah, piano. Yeah, piano and xylophone. I forgot there was xylophone on this. Yeah, by I guess Edward Schick. Yeah, they just say percussion. That's all it is. Okay, I guess I'm hearing some string synth too. Yeah. Bit of a minor modality in there, kind of to contrast the more like major, like kind of uplifting intro section. Notice how that frosty synth sustain is mirroring the melody of the piano, yet they're not quite overlapping on it. Or the piano's, I guess, just kind of like dropping more of these staccato notes in amid the frosty sustain. Or it's like playing two-handed. Because I'm also hearing some other notes on the keys. Well all three of them play some form of keyboard. So I guess this is one of the sections where all three of them are on keyboards. The way they edited all this, I mean, because because from the section we were just hearing to right now, where they're getting back, you know, where the drums are returning, they to think of how like they were like. It's like, how could some of these guys have been in both places, or have quickly been in? I wonder if live, like if during sections where all three of them were playing keyboards, if Edward Schick had his Moog behind his drum set and just simply turned around in his drum seat to play it during those sections. Yeah. Or xylophone, for that matter. The bass is really soft, almost as if I would believe if I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a bass pedal just being worked, but or. Oh, now I'm actually starting to hear some plucking, I think, of the bass. Oh, really, that clickety-click of the hi-hat, giving us kind of more of a misty sound. Really glacial, that rising frosty synth, and almost like that. The piano is almost kind of like the sparkle of like sun on ice. Like, kind of a polar type sound. Like Arctic. Now we're getting kind of a little fractious here. Well, it seemed like we were for men. Now we're revisiting some melodies. Yeah, I guess I'm hearing like three main layers here: the soaring, kind of searing guitar, the bass along with it, and the frosty sustain in the background, and the piano just kind of playing this persistent note. E flat. No, E. Still an E, but dropping some notes, like going like 7. Let's see, who produced this album? Dieter Dierks. That rising sound, that really thick kind of synthesizer trebly coming up. This album was almost produced by Frank Zappa. vocal I hadn't heard in the song yet. Now I'm definitely seeing some like bass and guitar kind of counterpoint. We got a distinct like descending bass note, bass line, and like. The kind of like off notes of this. I'm trying to count this, but. The thickness of that string ensemble is I would say the most consistent thing. We're getting, yeah, it's just like playing throughout it and giving that sustained kind of frosty quality. Oh, it's subtly changing notes. I would have to like follow it with a completely different set of ears to chart the format of this. It's like I think like whether it went like B-A, like I'm thinking that the sections that have more the guitar and bass counterpoint with the piano seems to have been the verses. And the part that we heard at the beginning was more the chorus. Like I've played this a number of times over the last 19 years, and I guess I don't really know where this is going, because it's always been just kind of this passing sequence of different sections, some of which really stick in the mind and others that are just kind of more subtle. It's like it's very familiar yet at once. This is the kind of thing you would really have to like geek out to this in a way to actually remember the entire sequence. And that would probably spoil it. I kind of like that this is one very familiar track that I don't really know where it's going. Fading out almost, now this kind of frosty fade out almost reminds me of a section, a quieting section in Lunar Sea by Camel. Even though overall the two pieces are very different. They did come out the same year though. Yeah, 1976, yeah. One of the best years in recorded music. Yeah, remember that part in Lunar Sea where it kind of fades down before the big, like, oh, procession kicks back up again? I'm really curious. With a minute and a half to go, are we going to explode again, or? I'm hearing a little bit of momentum kind of working its way up from the quiet. Yeah, a bit of Marshall drumming, just ever so faintly in the mix. Okay, we basically got the synth sustain. We got some light piano. I could see that being done by one guy. We've got the lyrical guitar sustain, playing kind of that those tubular high fretboard notes. And we got the Marshall roll that's slowly working its way up in the volume. And we're basically just in F the whole time. Yeah, F with maybe like a dropped note here and there. F, da, da. Yeah, like with a seventh thrown in here and there. Da, or right, we're coming to our climax. Yeah, interesting. A track that is so unique in its format and just has like several melodic themes and patterns to work throughout its development, and I guess kind of revisits, has like I guess three sections, the intro, then that second section, and then a repetition of those two, but so altered in their shape and their arrangement that it's almost hard. It's a hard. Following this track as like following the format of this track really isn't the point unless you're gonna sit down and just play it like 20 times in a row and pay attention to that specifically, or if you have the sheet music in front of you, or if you remember to play it by ear. This is just really to be taken as a passing sequence of different interlocking, harmonic, and oftentimes tonally rich motifs played by three men on at least three instruments at a time, sometimes 4 or 5. Yeah. And in a few cases, switching briskly between one or the other in what must have been a very complex arsenal for each of these guys. Yeah. 3 men basically trying to almost fulfill the functions of a 7-piece or more. Yeah. Schick Fuhrsen Frohling, aka SFF, with the track Tau from their 1976 release Symphonic Pictures, their first of 3 albums. And yeah, there would be 2 more over the next 3 years before Edward Schick left, and then there would be 3 more albums by the duo of Fuhrsen Frohling. And yeah, these guys, I guess, pretty much came kind of out of nowhere for the most part. They had been in this. They had been in this one unrecorded band beforehand. Yes, a couple of them. Spectacle. Yeah, that made some live recordings that were issued for the first time in the 2000s or something on one of the German archival labels. But for the most part, these guys, let's see, Frohling was 25, Furs was 21, and Edward Schick the Elder was 29 at the time of this. And the reason I emphasize that is because such a fully realized musical work these guys put together. I mean, these guys sound so professional, like they've been playing for years. It's so polished. Yeah, they very much sounding like coming on like seasoned musicians and like like an ensemble that's just, you know, been around. And anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the catalog of Schick, Furs, and Frohling, see the directory of albums by German artists linked in the description below. For Red Hot Tracks and Purples from the 3 SFF albums, as well as a couple of the FF albums, and many other German artists across the musical spectrum from this time frame, well, like such as the band Holderlin, who featured at one point Edward Schick. Yeah, he joined, I guess he joined Holderlin after he left Furs and Frohling. Yeah, played on a couple albums of theirs, and many other, you know, Novalis, Eloy, yeah, and folk acts from the time period, hard rock like Birth Control, Frumpy, electronic acts like Wolfgang Reichmann and Klaus Schultz. Yeah, the entirety of the German scene, basically from the start of the 1970s up to the mid-1980s. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the complexity, the arrangements, the instrumentation, the nuances, the format, the layout, the structure of this track, the sonic nuances and tonal colors. Yeah. And until next time, this is Aragon, the world's most air-traveled Trem-Maximalist, signing off.